Hey guys, what's going on? Oink here, and today I'm going into the second event of the Red Bull X Challenge, which is in the X2014 Junior car, one of the new Red Bull cars that they brought into the game in the most recent patch. And this is another championship, 5 races long this time. Gonna crack straight into it, and first of all, I'm gonna say this car is quite different to the Red Bull like X2010, for example, like the full-on car. It's got a lot less horsepower, but also a lot of downforce, so your top speeds never really exceed maybe 150 miles, 160, I don't know, can't really remember, but basically it's not super fast in terms of top speed, but I mean it's got good acceleration, and the thing to remember is that it's got crazy downforce, so this thing can corner at like any speed pretty much. You really don't need to brake much. This event was really good fun. All of the cars are kind of, I mean, the AI don't go too slowly. You actually feel like you're in a proper race. Like, it feels awesome, I gotta say. Like, got quite an F1 style feel. I mean, these cars handle quite like an F1 car, just a bit slower, basically. That's the kind of feeling. You can see that we're at about 120 going into 5th gear. It's got a 6 speed, unlike the X2010, which I believe was 7 speed, if I'm not wrong. Maybe it was 8 speed, I can't remember, but it's got 6 gears, and here we are basically in Silverstone. It's one of the shorter tracks here, and actually I'm going to be doing the same as what I did with the kart tracks, where I just show the first lap, so you can kind of get an idea of the lap for each track, and that kind of thing. You can see already making my way up into 4th place, and most of these corners you can take at close to full speed. If not, you can just brake early and then just get on the throttle and just go full lock, accelerate on the X. You can see there, I'm just lock and then full throttle all the way out. That takes me to 1st place, and I finish up there lapping 51.766 was my best lap. And so yeah, we'll move on straight to the second course, which is Twin Ring Matigi. Again, you'll find that early on, actually, and this is sort of goes across all of them, early on the cars bunch up like crazy. You'll find that they often just create a wall in front of you. Like you can see now, there's just 3 wide going into turn 1. I wasn't hanging around for it, so I just dive bombed down the inside there, which is a little bit dirty, but you know, I'm sure you guys will forgive me. The AI, I mean, they will hold you up. They do kind of brake a little bit early, a little bit too much braking generally. I mean, it's the same kind of predictable AI that you'll get across the rest of the game, only maybe they're a little bit more aggressive, a little bit faster. And just watch out if you do go down the inside, because they often just like to pretend you're not there and they will just turn into you. This car has almost perfect handling capabilities. I mean, the thing doesn't understeer too much, it doesn't oversteer at all. Like, I think I've got it to kick the rear end out like once maybe, and that was when I got a bit of grass on the tyres as well. So I mean, this thing is insanely stable due to all of the downforce that it has, not to mention that it puts you on racing soft tyres. These things just have like unlimited amounts of grip, so in terms of being able to push the car, really try and see how far you can push it, see that, kind of try and beat your lap times, that kind of stuff. That seemed to be quite good fun for me. And generally, the car is really good fun to drive. I had a lot of fun. I think this might be something that will be really good fun on comfort tyres. I haven't given it a go, but back in GT5 you could drive the Formula GT with quite a lot less horsepower on like comfort softs, and it handled awesomely. It was really good fun. So I'm going to give this car a go. Maybe it will also handle pretty nicely with the comfort tyres. I mean, the amount of downforce that it has should make it reasonably stable. Anyway, there we go, taking 1st place at the end of lap 2, and then we skip ahead 2 laps, and we're finishing up with the best lap of 1:18, and we can go to the 3rd race, which is actually at a original track, one of the Gran Turismo made ones, which is Grand Valley, and this is the Grand Valley East, so it's a slightly shorter version. You cut out the downhill section about halfway round, and I'm actually going to show you my last lap, because the first lap was a bit crazy, a little bit messy, and not that smooth, so I'm going to show you my last lap instead, where I also overtook the guy in last place. So we've taken, sorry, guy in 1st place I should say, we've taken 2nd place there on the 1st corner, and then chasing down this guy in 1st. You can go pretty much full throttle through all of this section here, full throttle over the thing, and then only hit the brakes just briefly as you come into that corner there, and you can kind of get back on the gas again all the way through to the exit from here pretty much. You kind of take a lap to, yeah, figure out where you need to and where you don't need to brake. For this corner again, you can just pretty much go full throttle and then maybe just a small amount of brakes here. You can see I just dab the brakes and keep it in 5th, and then all the way through gas on the exit. So I mean, it's a pretty fun track, very high speed. As I said, full throttle through all but about 2 of the corners, so yeah, you can really get nice smooth lines. My final lap was a 57.9, and we move on to race number 4, which is at Rome. This is probably, I'm going to say, one of the most fun I've had in a race in Gran Turismo against the AI. Like, seriously good fun, this track. The cobblestones provide a little less grip than your normal tarmac and asphalt. The car slides a little bit on this surface, so that's kind of good fun. The AI was quite good fun. I mean, just driving on such a tight little city course in these cars, just when you've got the walls like, you know, inches away from you and you're blasting down at 120 miles an hour, like, it's just awesome. Like just that feeling of going fast in the narrow space is just really cool. And as I said, not to mention the fact that you got the cobblestones, so the car gets a little bit slippery in places, but also still pretty controllable. I think I caught a slide at the end of the lap, which you'll see. But I did manage to take maybe everyone in the first lap, I'm not sure. We'll have a look, but I think I got first after just 1 lap out of the 4, but even so, the rest of the laps provided enough entertainment, because it was just really good fun driving on this track. So definitely, you know, give this event a go, guys. It's awesome fun. You can see here I just get a little bit sideways there and just correct it in time to get across the corner. So I didn't quite take first, I couldn't remember. I guess took 3rd, and then getting a 1:15 for my first lap, and then just round the corner. So this is only lap 2, and I catch up with the guy in 1st place on the 2nd turn here. So yeah, as I said, like, a little bit more tricky maybe because of the walls and slightly slippery, but a super fun event, guys. You should have fun with that one. And we can go to our final race, which is at the final Brands Hatch. That's the one. God, had a mind blank there. So we're at Brands Hatch for this one, and again the AI will block you. I mean, it's a pretty tight corner, so it's going to be tricky to get past early on, so I just kind of muscled my way through. On turn 1 they brake fairly early. I mean, it kind of creates a bit of a chain reaction here, so I just kind of whizzed up the inside. They don't they brake quite early there, so you can just kind of skip past most of them. And this is the one which I took first on lap 1, so I was getting confused with Rome. This is one of the ones which is quite tricky to kind of figure out where and where not to brake. You've got that section up here where it's just very fast right-handers, consecutive right-handers, and they're kind of blind corners. It's quite hard to see where the exit is and how sharp the corner actually is. So my 2nd and 3rd laps I lost a bit of time by running off into the dirt, trying to see how far I could push the car just by going like full throttle through these. But you can see this is my first time driving it, so it's a little bit cautious here on my first lap through. But for most of these you can kind of just dab the brakes, go to 4th, and then get back on the gas very quickly. For some of them you can even just stick it in 5th and go pretty much full throttle. You can see I'm making it reasonably easy just by dabbing the brakes there, so you can just kind of slowly push it and see how quickly you can get around those corners. Anyway, you can see the AI aren't anywhere near as fast on this track as the other one, so I got into first after just 1 lap, and it's only a 3-lap race for this final one. Anyway, you should have no problem. You only need to get 3rd in the championship to win whatever the prize is. Getting first in the first 3 will pretty much guarantee you that you're gonna, or the first 4 I guess. I mean, if you get 100 points in the first few races, basically you're fine to win the championship. But of course won all of them there, which gets me the gold and a bunch of credits. I think these ones give about 100,000 credits each, plus there's 375 credits for winning, and you get the X2014 Junior, so you guys can give that a go in your own time. That pretty much wraps up the event. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had great fun driving these events, so I definitely recommend going and trying these out as soon as possible. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.